Linda's Pantry, and today, this is a long time coming. I make these all the time for myself, but it's usually bright and early in the morning, not camera ready, and not really ready to do a video. But I've been asked over and over and over again since way back when I first did some of these for you guys, meals in a jar, basically. Now, because it's winter, fall, I am doing soups. I do this probably 2 to 3 times a week for work, and I take myself a jar of my freeze-dried items, my spices and my thickener or whatever I've got in there, and off I go to work, and everybody's curious. And quite a few people subscribe to me from work, so the people that have requested, how do you do that? I'm gonna show you how to do it. So right now, the Black Friday sale is going on with Thrive. I'm going to give you some ideas of how you can actually save yourself a lot of time. Don't waste any ingredients. You don't have to wash them, prep them, chop them, nothing. Everything is right at your fingertips. So we're going to make up a few soups and one stew that I think you're going to love. All right. So come on in and I'll show you how I do it. So as easy as it is, I do some in pint jars, but the stew I'm gonna put in a 1.5 pint jar because that way I can share it with somebody else, or I can have it the second day. It's always so good. Okay, so first off, I'm going to put down some beef chunks. Now these are the Thrive freeze-dried beef chunks, and you can see they're sizable, they're big. You can break them if you want, but I'm not going to. So I want about a 1/2 cup of beef down in there, and you've got measurements on your jar so you can kind of see. That's plenty for that application. I like to put a little bit of seasoning down in here while I'm putting it all together. Seasoning is crucial. So Johnny's garlic, I love that stuff, and we're going to do a package of au jus. This is just your beef au jus. That is going to be Flavor Town. And then we want to go ahead with some cornstarch to thicken it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 heaping teaspoons, and that should be sufficient. Because you're going to add cold water, mix it up really well, shake it around in the jar, and then go ahead and microwave it. So, okay, now we're going to get to the veg part. We've got our seasoning. I'd like to put a little bit of pepper in here because, well, you know me, I like pepper, and who doesn't want a little bit of that in? If I can find it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in here. Not too much. I'm not going to really measure it. About 1/4 teaspoon maybe. That's to taste. You got plenty of salt in the au jus. So now we're going to go to the veggies. And I love peas in my stew. So we're going to do peas. 1/4 cup of peas. Carrots is a must. You need a 1/4 cup of carrots, or just shy of a 1/4 cup. Celery. Celery, this is my favorite. Oh my goodness, I love celery. So I'm doing a 1/2 cup of celery. I've got all my containers, that the Tupperware containers that keep everything airtight. So none of my stuff starts going back to where it's refreshing. Now instead of starchy white potatoes, I'm going to use sweet potatoes. And these are Thrive. Sweet potatoes. We'll do that in there, and I need some mushrooms because it's not beef stew without mushrooms in my book. And I get healthy with the mushrooms. Okay, and that is it. We are gonna have beef stew. And I've got room for, you can pack it down a little bit. I have room for a little bit more of something, and I think I'm gonna add in some zucchini. I've got some, or you know what? I changed my mind. I'm gonna add some red bell pepper. It'll give it pretty color too. Another 1/4 cup. There we go. So there you go. There's my beautiful beef stew in a jar. These make great Christmas gifts too, by the way. Go ahead and put a lid on that. That is shelf stable until I decide to eat it. Now, it's on the menu for this week, so don't Don't worry, it's gonna go fast. If you want to see me cook up any of these and see how they come out, please let me know in the about section below. You can do this on the stovetop or in the microwave, either one. At work, I have a microwave. Here at home, I usually do it on the stovetop. But I will be happy to show you. You just tell me which one of these recipes you want to see. Okay, we're going to set that one aside and we're going to go to a smaller version. So I love butternut squash and I love butternut squash soup. So we're gonna do a butternut squash soup and I need chicken bouillon. And I also need some herbs de Provence for this. So chicken bouillon, I'm gonna put that down first. And I kind of tend to put the bouillon and that whatnot down pretty early. So about 1.5 teaspoons is all you're gonna need. For that, maybe, yeah, we'll do a little bit more. You can always add a little bit more water. I don't want too much. Okay. Maybe I'll leave that open. Sorry, I'm all over the place here this morning. I'm so excited to bring you this that, yeah. So 1/2 teaspoon of herbs de Provence. And, oh, that smells delicious. And now some pepper. We'll do some pepper, maybe 1/4 teaspoon, something like that. And we're gonna go with a delicious, absolutely wonderful, it's one of my favorite soups. So butternut squash. Now I'm gonna put 1/2 of it down right here. Go ahead, this is all for me, so I don't mind my fingers getting in there. And then I'm gonna add, and this is optional, but I'm gonna add Thai red curry paste. Delicious, absolutely makes this. So a heaping tablespoon. And I'm just gonna put it right down in there. It'll be fine. You can, if you are worried, you can refrigerate it until the day you wanna cook it off, but I don't ever worry about it. I've been making this one since I started with Thrive, and it is a favorite. So we're gonna do some red peppers. And let me just tell you, I could use my canning funnel. I think that might be a good idea. So you got your red peppers. Now we're gonna go ahead and put some more of the butternut squash. And to make it creamy when you make this, if you want me to, I'll show you how I do it. But we're just gonna pack the jar with a little bit more of that and then top it off with some more red bell pepper. Done. And there's your soup. Delicious. Everybody is gonna be asking, oh, how did you make that? So this is absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna show you what I mix it up with. Because you want your soup creamy. I have one of these, and this is for coffees and that kind of thing, but it blends it up just fine because those sweet butternut squash get very soft pretty quickly. So, okay, that's soup number 2. Now, we're gonna go to another one of my absolute all-time favorites, and I should make this in a bigger one because I always want more. So this is Thrive's pulled pork. And I'm gonna put about, well, a pretty healthy amount, about 1/2 cup of the pulled pork in here. And I've got green chilies because I'm making green chili verde, or a verde, chili verde. And I just, you need plenty of that. So that's about 1/2 cup of that. We need some chicken bouillon. Yes, and just about like that. Some onion. Now these are the sliced onions from Thrive. And we're gonna put that down just like that. And I like to make them really pretty because, well, usually somebody is sitting there and sees it. And then the Johnny's garlic, and again, some pepper. but I also will salt and pepper as needed at work. And there you go, that is done. The green chilies and the pork, oh, so good, so good. And you can add, if you wanted to, you could add fresh chopped up cilantro and squeeze some lime over it. That's usually what I do. So that's jar number 3. Now we're gonna do a taco soup. So taco soup, and I'm gonna use, because I have the pulled pork open, I'm gonna use pulled pork again because, well, why not? Taco seasoning, we're gonna go ahead with some taco seasoning, and I just have a package here. I'm gonna put a tablespoon of taco seasoning, and I want this to get a little bit thick, so I'm gonna add a teaspoon of cornstarch to help thicken it. We need some garlic, right? Add some flavor. We need some green chilies, because it is tacos. About a quarter of a cup. We want some onion. Onion. And I like zucchini in my taco soup, so I'm gonna put down some of that. And last but not least, some red bell pepper, because who doesn't love red bell pepper on their tacos? It's almost like a fajita soup. So there you go. That is number 4. And last but not least, I'm gonna make this the last one. I'm gonna make a turkey and vegetable soup. So about a third of a cup to a half cup of turkey. I like to get some green chilies in there, some red peppers, carrots, some celery. Gotta have the celery. Oh, and lots of it. And a little bit of onion. Now you can use the diced onion, but just a few little pieces of onion from Thrive make the difference. And last but not least, some peas. And we're gonna go ahead and put our chicken bouillon. Again, about a teaspoon and a half. And I'm gonna put some herbs de Provence down here. Half a teaspoon, and voila, we are done. A little pepper, and you have delicious. Now, you can, if you want, if you're missing something, you can take this soup and cook off some pasta or a little bit of minute rice, and you could add that. Quite often for the beef stew, I actually will cook off some barley, and then I put that in there as well. So here they are, guys. There's 5 meals all prepped, ready to go for this week. Anyway, I'll get some pictures, and I hope it inspires you to make your own stuff. So I hope you guys will be inspired to go over to my website. It's down below in the description box, where you can go shop at Thrive. You can become a consultant. You can sign up for deliveries and get 15% all the time, and a free delivery when you order $100 or more. But everything on the website is on sale through the 29th of November. 2019. So the Black Friday sale is well underway, and I appreciate everybody who supports me on this journey, and I just wanted you guys to know this is so good. And if you want to see me make one of these, please, please, please tell me which one in the comment section. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Okay, guys, I have to come back on here and tell you, in the taco soup one, you need tomato powder. This is Thrive's tomato powder, or you could use your own, but you want 2 tablespoons of tomato powder. And it's quite often, and that's kind of what I had planned with this, is I'll add some of my home canned tomatoes to this, so I wouldn't have needed that. But as a ready to go soup, actually I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of tomato powder, and it'll help give it a little body as well. So don't forget to put that tomato powder in your taco soup mix, and I'm excited to see which one of these recipes you want to see cooked up. All right, and the other thing, on the pork verde, you want to put some cumin in there. All right, so about a teaspoon of cumin. All right, guys, it was a whirlwind trying to put it together for you, and yeah, I left out a couple things, but that's okay. We could always add it when we open the jar too. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.